communists the brain. That's what I'm seeing here. Whatever. Defense doesn't make much sense to me.
It makes perfect sense. Who are you to question the mighty radar fence? Ever since my anxiety-filled days of powerlessness and being bullied in American high school, I have dreamed of such security as the fence. That and giant cybernetic dogs that would ruthlessly patrol and kill anyone who wasn't my friend, like Richie Marcus and Betsy Bright. Who's laughing now, Betsy? I hope you and Richie are happy smoking in your radioactive coffins. I'm glad you never came to my birthday party.
Don't you want to live here?
No! Beyond is death, despite mounting evidence to the contrary. No matter where these strange humans wander in from with their ideas and new brains, there is nothing beyond Big Mountain.
Doesn't that prove you wrong?
Enough! Stop filling my precious brain cell units with irrelevant data. You sound like the other visitors, making wild claims of a world beyond, where there is a war beyond war. It is unproven and unthinkable. Bother the other doctors with your crackpot theories. I have no time. None of us do.
Why does Kling want these particular technologies?
There is logic and purpose in it. If these technologies are needed to pierce the Forbidden Zone, so be it. Science is powerful, and in the right hands, our hands, if we had hands, we would be nigh unstoppable.
Can you tell me the big mountain?
It is our home, threatened by the horrors of Mobius. All we wish to do is continue our research, layer upon layer, above and beneath the floor of the crater, until we have our answers. But no, Mobius will not let us rest, scaring us with his scary robots with their laser tails and blowing up all the time.
Why have you leveled this place?
It was not our first choice of testing grounds, but we no longer have the luxuries of our test cities. Then we lost the mountain. After the explosion, we couldn't find it anymore. So the crater became our testing grounds for science.
Test cities?
Yes. In the past, individuals would come to us, pay for technology, and if their town, community, or city was just right, we could use that city as a controlled experiment. Vault-Tec was much better at it, of course. We had to make do, get permission, sometimes. If only we could have used commie cities. But capturing whole cities was hard, so we captured enough commies to make cities of our own. So we had a group of Chinese prisoners to experiment on. Those were the days. But the true test was science on unsuspecting Americans. Whether it was holograms, new autodocs, toxins, vending machines, we wound them up, let them go into tiny, isolated towns. Then we observed.
Yeah, that's true social science right there. What was this explosion?
Boom! Yes, quite unexpected and embarrassing. All better now after the landscaping, though. much more pleasing to our monitors. And the crater helps keep everything inside, because it is bowl-shaped.
Other questions? Never mind. And if there is a fuck button here, is that thing? Huh. Where is the woman? Can you speak? Do you understand me? Your boy's model got damaged, I heard, in an attack. Is that a yes? Or a no? Or a yes, no? Can I ask you some questions? That was a no. Who are you? Sounds important, I think. That had words on it. You know anything about Dr. Mobius or the Forbidden Son? I got it already, those two names give you nightmares. Can you tell me about these technologies claimed once? I swear your brain fang thing just sparkled. Tell me what the big MP or big lantern that is. If you just said this place looks like a scientific loony bin, I agree. Wait, after listening to it, that's a Robco term link protocol you're broadcasting, right? I'm just full of surprises. Well, the code got some problems. I'm not arguing that. So your broadcast partner is Robco term link, but not by choice. If that's Robco term link protocol, doesn't that mean it can be hacked? What? It will only take a second to violate your rights and take your boys for me. Alright, let's see what you have. I'll take these energy cells. And some microfusion cells. Now unlock your room. I want to see what's in there. He sounds like a pig. And lastly, If I ever need you to blindly agree with me, you will. Understood? I know it won't work on attack protocols. Still, I may need someone on my side in a debate. You really have a choice, and thanks for the gear. I've got the meter fully upgraded. It's a little slow to fire, but the force field disabling frequency is handy. You're kind of creeping me out. You should be proud it's a nice device. Ooh. Great, more energy cells. Just what I need. Now that we know each other better, can you tell me about the sonic emitter? Well, projecto is kind of evident. The meter works better. That sounds interesting. Sure, directions would be nice. So, your house is in there. So, there's an emitter code in your house in Higgs. I may have already picked up both. I grab almost anything that's not nailed down. How did you fire up the sonic emitter when I arrived? Well, there had to be some other way to fire it up. Can we at least talk it over next time? Your damaged boys module, can you tell me about the attack? So, one of the visitors didn't damage it, he reprogrammed it. It was the Brotherhood. I know what it means to attack without warning. Trust me, 8. Alright, don't get all sympathetic and mushy. I'll be going now. Right. Let's talk to doctors. Crazy woman and the other guy. 0. And then I unload shit.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis fleshed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
The quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin.
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue, like having a fish or
Okay.
a dexterous slug, lolling and flopping in one's malval cavity.
Who are you and what do you do here?
Why, my little bear of teddiness. I am Dr. Dala, first head chief researcher of mineralogy and medicinal sciences. I have 211 doctorates in both applied sciences and techniques to apply those sciences. I also possess a degree in curiosity and advanced curiosity. That is merely schooling, however. When possible, I prefer fieldwork and observation to holotape eidetics. It has proven useful, especially now. I have become the expert on humanology and lobotomite behavior here at Big Mountain. My research doesn't descend into formography. It is only science.
What's formography?
It's excessive examination of the human form to achieve psychological arousal.
Oh.
Disgusting. I would never succumb to such base appetites. Distractions. Filthy, filthy distractions.
209 doctorates? How is that even possible? Well, she's a brain. Immortal brain.
Why, we create not only scientific marvels here at Big Mountain, but new sciences as well. Everything can be quantified, categorized, and dissected until every group can be subgrouped or partitioned.
First head chief researcher, that's a lot of titles.
What is a name without a title or suffix for the sake of hierarchy? It is a long-standing quantification of personality and importance. We could not do without it. Surely you must be aware of the gravity of such attached appellations, just as surely as you must have a title.
I'm someone's called a courier.
Oh, a mailman. A delivery man. Someone who takes parcels from place to place using their primitive feet or similar conveyance. You are the second one I've met in recent times. Very different specimens.
Really? There was another courier?
Of course. You must have met others in your travels. This one had met other couriers too, although it sounded as if he hadn't met the correct one. He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety.
What was the question?
I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs. My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory.
You can kiss my ass. Why did you remove my brain and how?
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack, snip, done. The brain is finally free of the skin envelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized. I am relieved the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
This makes no sense. How is it even possible?
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
Can you tell me about Mobius?
Dr. Mobius. A monstrous brain creased with wrinkles of 1,000 evils, with but one jaundiced eye with which to perceive the world. Exiled from the think tank for crimes too heinous to remain in recorded memory, and perhaps differences in research methodology. His one terrible eye forever peers at us, an eye of ever-increasing magnification. He watches from his dome in the Forbidden Zone, spying on us all.
And she likes it. I feel a stranger here, peaceful but on edge.
It is the pacification field emitters that are broadcasting into the emptiness of your skull. Without a brain, your aggression is suppressed in here.
Is there any way to shut it off?
Why would you want such a thing? You might surrender to your hormones and commit primal aggression on me, on us, again and again. Then I would have to return the favor, activating my vivisectors and gently lobotomizing you from behind. Not something I would relish doing. No, the only way to circumvent the field is to have a brain, and we extracted that like we do all lobotomites here.
I have other questions.
An interrogation? How fascinating. Please begin.
I don't understand how the tech Klein wants will help.
It'll all become clear. If not, at least we will have the technology here at the Dome, where all technology belongs. When we have all the technology, all the answers, we can share it with the world, piece by piece. All will be in order, and all will be like Big Mountain.
Can you tell me about the big empty or mountain?
This mountain, now crater, encompasses the sum total of knowledge of humankind. It is Big Mountain, where all questions can be answered. You'll see. No matter what your questions, Big Mountain will provide the answers, as it has done for so many before you.
Previous test subjects?
Oh yes, we've had other subjects visit. It's why we had to calibrate the pacification field and warm up our cranial beams and vivisectors. Only a short time ago, we had 3-1 subjects arrive, and they ruined several experiments, and even injured 2 of our staff. It is a shame their brains left with them. With you, however, we have taken precautions to ensure that problem won't repeat itself. We've conditioned you so you can't speak of this place, discuss our secrets, or attempt to use force against us in any way. Isn't that nice?
Why did you say 3-1 instead of 2?
Because 3-1 is 2. 2 spoke to us, one after the other. One mean, one curious. But there was a third we didn't speak to. The last one is the -1. It got traumatized, then taken to one of our medical centers for de-traumatization. A rather unsettling procedure.
That doesn't sound good. What happened with the visitors?
Ask Dr. O. And you could have asked 8 once, until he was severely damaged in the attack. We like him better this way.
Really? Other questions?
Perhaps you are stuck in a looping gesture of verbal intercourse.
Goodbye.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
Let's talk to Dr. Zero.
Predictable. A lobotomite specimen.
I've heard you and I were attacked by previous visitors.
I don't like to talk about it. 8, he can't talk about it. They fried his voice module. Something good. It wasn't all the visitors, though. Only one of them got out of control. He's the one that took control of Little Yangtze, our old human farm.
Tell me what happened.
This human, I can't believe it. He broke out of the think tank in seconds. Then he went for Yangtze, got bomb collars, and started practicing on the subjects that were still there until he got the right frequency. We were sending robots to stop him, and he was slicing and cutting through their shells with some souped-up laser gun like they were cheese paper. When he hacked into the mainframe, A tried to stop him and got fried. Me? He rerouted my processors to take control of the train network here. If you see the tunnels with the trains plowed into them, you can thank our visitor for that. He wrecked the whole place. While we were trying to keep containment on the surface, turns out he used one train to punch out a tunnel and escape. Sealed now, but...
Who were the others?
2 other human specimens. One arrived not long after the troublemaker, and the last one, not sure when he showed up. Thought the first one was going to be lobotomized in Y-17. She got out somehow. The last subject, Klein might know more. He talked to him, and let him leave the think tank. Hope he knew what he was doing.
Why is that?
Klein knows things we don't. And I think he told some of those things to the last visitor. Dangerous things if they ever got out.
I think we've both spoken long
Until our
enough.
next guy.
Stuck to Klein. Then. Interesting.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet?
I heard some previous visitors to the dome spoke to you. Asked you questions.
Hmm? Oh, yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you. Had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak. What did we speak about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me. Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left with some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe. Oh well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me.
Okay. Goodbye.
Yes, a most goodbye.
That's a strange quest. So let's go and craft maxed ammunition and go for the next research area. Why not? Should be enough to fix my
Might
gun.
I be of service?
Need things repaired. Alright. We'll be spared. Helter Skelter.
A most rapturous good morrow on your return to your domicile, sir. I trust you shall find things in order and the riff-raff contained.
Okay. There you go, no longer encumbered. Now, let us see what I have here. Laser. I'm sure I was going to get rid of one weapon, at least one. Let me check. Because I didn't have any ammo for it. This must be it. So, with this, let's leave the shawl as well. Maybe I can take some bullets with me. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Let's go. Motherfuckers.